What's up everyone, welcome to my weekly trade recap video. I'll share all my trades, the outcome, etc. And at the end, I'll also give you my experience of my first week trading futures actually. So I have a lot to talk about. Starting off with my trades I took this week. I took about 5 trades, as you can see in my trading journal. By the way, if you don't know how to make this, I made a tutorial like a while ago. So I'll link that down below if you want. So first trade was on London session in Q3. It was on Tuesday. I didn't trade on Monday because it was a bank holiday. So we don't trade that. We only trade on news days or on just days where there's a lot of volatility. That's when we get the best moves. So basically, I'm not going to go over all of this. I'm just going to share my trades. That's the best thing I realized. So my bias for this trade on Tuesday was bearish because we were trading right there. We had this big wick being my draw on liquidity, and then this being an even further away draw on liquidity, this beginning of this hour for fair value gap. So this is just the bias. Very simple. We have taken out all these lows, so I expect at least this equilibrium, and especially I just expect this to get taken out. So that was my bias for this trade, but it all becomes clear if you go on the lower time frame. This was in London session on EU. Basically we had this dealing range where we could play with. So this means that I'm looking for shorts because my bias was bearish inside this premium level. So we started Q1 of the session with a clear accumulation. After that we went into Q2. We tapped into premium and in the manipulation quarter, because if Q1 is an accumulation, Q2 is the manipulation. So what we did right here is we swept this high right here, but on GBP USD we didn't. So this is an SMT, a manipulation, a stop rate, a Judas swing, whatever the hell you want to call it, it's all the same thing. And this basically indicates to me, okay, my bias is bearish, we have an SMT. This is most likely the manipulation, so I'm looking for any shorts upon confirmation, and we got that because a lot of people they will tell me like, you need to wait for market structure shift. Yes, I agree. On the 5 minute you can wait for a market structure shift, but if I see bullish PDRs, bullish point of interest like a fair value gap order block getting disrespected, that is enough for me after I already have all these confluences. So what we got right there is after this SMT, we're going into Q3. I didn't draw it out right here, but we are entering Q3, which should be the distribution lower if my bias was good. And that exactly happened, right? We got a displacement, we disrespected all these fair value gaps, and then afterwards we tapped above the true open, which is where you would ideally be looking for shorts. After that, we got a displacement lower. I just market enter. If I see everything aligned, I just market enter because the risk reward being this hour for a week, my target is just good. So I just market enter. I've seen enough. We are entering premium Q1, Q2, AMDX pattern. The bias is bearish. Tapped above true open, reacted from it, displaced down lower. I market enter, and it was basically a good trade. First of all, let me just go over my properties. Yeah, my headspace was fresh, so this means of course I take the best trades. It was a win. The whole time was 2 hours 30 minutes. The only thing was I had a bad entry. I should have waited for a low time frame premium PDRA retrace above the true session open. Yeah, so like I said, I just wanted to wait for more confirmation. I had not a lot of conviction in this setup to just place a limit right there. But this should be the ideal trade because that's a way bigger risk reward. But nonetheless, a good trade. Biases are right, so that's the most important thing. So going into Wednesday, let me check. I took a trade on NQ. This was the higher time frame. This bias was basically just formed because we had a bullish order flow, right? This is the hour for time frame, the higher time frame. We are respecting all these fair value gaps, respecting. We had a move lower previous week, I think, and then we end up just still respecting this hour for a fair value gap. So no need to short this kind of price action. Going into the day on Wednesday, we were basically still bullish because of all of this bullish price action. So what do we expect? Of course, a low getting taken out and then just taking a buy, right? So this was my point of interest. We had a low right here, but also these big wicks, they tend to get filled for at least 50%. So this is why I marked out the 0.5, and we basically entering the session, we took out this sell side, we tapped inside this equilibrium of this big wick. So now I expect some confirmations and then I will go long, right? So what happened is we can combine it with an market maker buy model. This was beautiful, right? You see here, this is the sell side on the higher time frame. This is the 0.5 of the wick. And so what happened is this was the most beautiful trade ever, because look at this. I think this was still on Tuesday, so never mind, I said Wednesday, but this is still Tuesday. But this was the best trade of the week in my opinion, because we had a clear market maker buy model. What happened here entering New York session is we started with a clear X, which is a continuation of the previous quarter, so an X. Then the next quarter should be an A, which happened right here. We just had a consolidation, an accumulation, whatever you want to call it. But upon creating this accumulation, we were creating also these equal lows. So going into the manipulation quarter, we should expect these equal lows to get taken out, which is exactly what happened. Also around 9:30 a.m., which is often referred as the Judah swing, the manipulation move before going into the distribution. And so this was literally a textbook setup. We have this higher time frame narrative, which is bullish. We swept this higher time frame low. We see and connect this towards a market maker buy model, because we have a lot of highs right here ready to get taken out. We have the quarterly theory 90-minute cycles confluence X, A, M, and then we should expect the D. So what happened is I ended right there because we swept these lows. Then we got a displacement up, disrespect this minute 5 fair value gap, and then we use it as a BPR. Right, so BPR is just two fair value gaps overlapping, and then I was still a little bit fearful of taking a limit right there, so I waited for this BPR to get respected, and after that I had enough confidence to just market enter, because then I just know most probably these highs are gonna get taken out. So beautiful trade. Also this manipulation was inside the current discount if we take from this low to this high. So yeah, beautiful trade, the best trade of this whole week, obviously. So this was on Tuesday. Let me check. This was on Euro USD on the higher time frame. What did I see right here? A big fair value gap. We swept this low. So a low with a fair value gap is a very good point of interest. So I'm expecting this to be the manipulation, just some consolidation, then before just rebalancing back to equilibrium of this whole range, right? I don't expect price to go like to new highs. I just expect after we take out this low inside this fair value gap that we at least get some kind of rebalance to these fair value gaps, or just like some reaction of the fair value gap, right? So that's what I was expecting for my buys, but I just took way too many trades. I just exited, entered, moved my stop loss, got stopped out. So right here, I think I shorted this. I thought this was the manipulation because we started with a clear X and then some accumulation right there. So I expect this to be the manipulation, but the manipulation was literally just at the beginning of this manipulation quarter. So I kind of realized with backtesting, with experience, with seeing this in the markets, that if we enter that manipulation quarter, and like I said, if you watch my previous videos, you can have two manipulations in one manipulation quarter. So the first manipulation can be the manipulation that brings you to the lower high, and then we have the final manipulation, which is actually right here. So I thought this was the manipulation, and I wanted to short right there towards the lows, but that didn't happen, got stopped out, break even, I think. I don't really know what happened anymore, but long story short, I missed this trade. I failed to recognize this whole buy model, but these highs never actually got taken out. So this was actually the buy model on EU on Wednesday. So I should have just recognized this bad price action, because like if we are here, come on, just take out this high. It doesn't make any sense that we don't sweep this high before going lower. So as you can see also right here, just choppy price action. Still in January, not expecting that much of good price action, so I should just stay away. Yeah, I took this trade to make some losses back right here. This was the place where I got a little bit chopped up because I didn't know where to enter. I had a bad headspace also. My emotions were just not good after missing this trade, so I was just kind of forcing this one. I took it out right there when it actually just skyrocketed from here. So yeah, this is when you like if you have a bad trade and then you see actually the good trade, you will have less confidence here than here, but this is actually the good trade, and so here you close it early, what I did right there, but you should just leave it to the highs. Yeah, just generally just not a good price action. I wanted to recognize the 90-minute cycles right there, an an AM, which is sweeping the low, and then we should go to the highs, which eventually happened. But if we are ending the session, I just like to market close it because yeah, there's not a lot of volatility anymore, of course, so that's what I did. I think it's a good decision, even though it went higher afterwards. Just those decisions will literally just yeah, be the reason why you turn profitable, because you don't want to be like, oh, I should have held right here, I should have just stayed in the trade. No, that's not a good behavior. But yeah, just choppy price action. But my bias was good. We eventually just ripped from this fair value gap, but just not a good day to trade in my opinion. And it's also, I think, because the previous day was an amazing trade in terms of price action. So I should know that if we have a good price action, good moves on the, and like big moves, which happened on the previous day, I should not expect the next day to be a high probability day. So let's go to the next one. This was where I think the next day, where eventually we got a reaction from this fair value gap. But now I'm again bearish because we tapped inside this R4 imbalance. I don't expect this big imbalance to just have like a little tap on the 4-hour time frame. I expect this to get mitigated a lot more. So I was expecting a market maker sell model when we tap in this R4 imbalance, which happened. But again, I got chopped up. I didn't fully trust my analysis. My analysis was really great because we exactly did this sell model. We tapped inside this minute 15 BPR. We hit an SMT right here inside this R4 imbalance. Everything looks good to take out all these lows and go to the external low. So yeah, I think this was in the London session. I just got chopped up. Too many executions, too many enter, break even, not a clear model. But then after I saw this last manipulation, I don't know exactly what happened there, but I just market entered right there. With this being the take profit. And then you might say, oh, why didn't you take profit here? Well, it's because I just trade based on what I'm confident in. If I enter right there, I know this will 100% get taken out, but I don't know if this will, I mean, in this current session, in this day, I need to close my positions during, at the end of the day, right? So yeah, let me go to the next one. Let's see. This was on NQ. Just again, quarterly theory, XAM. The M happened below the true open, which is ideal for looking for longs. But again, choppy price action, not good conditions. But I don't believe you can trade during bad conditions. I do think you can trade. You won't just have some good point of interest where you can maybe enter a fair value gap. But eventually, I think the day will deliver its price action. Here I entered right there after the manipulation, but there was not enough structure. There was really not an entry. I just market enter right there. I made some money, but I'm not proud of it, right? I'm not proud of it because there was literally not a clean trade, right? Also, the true day open was way below, so we already had this big up move. And so it's not recommendable to then trade again with a bullish bias, because after big swing moves, you usually want to wait the next cycle or the next session, whatever, next day, and and then trade the following cycle of or day or session, right? I think you get what I mean. Just don't trade whenever the previous session was like a big move, because then the current session will have like a consolidation. That's what I realized. So let me check. This is actually let me just go on the last trade I took on Friday. This was again a clean XAMD. So if we go into New York session on Friday on NQ, we see that we start this session with a reversal. We have a reversal, then a clear accumulation. We just go up and down here. We create a true open of New York session. And what we do is we go below New York session, and then we have a bullish buy. So that's when we are looking for longs right here. And I just market enter right there after the manipulation quarter ended. No proper entry model, so that's why I don't like that I made money with actually a bad setup. I'm up on the week. Like, this was an amazing week in terms of just a gain on my Top Step account, because as you can see right here, I'm up 1k, so I'm 1/3 inside the into the evaluation, so I only need 2k, but I'm not proud of it. I'm not proud of it because yes, the day delivered as I supposed to be. We were bullish XAMD below the true open, so nice to long here, but like just not a good entry, right? I want to enter like if there's a clear also a buy model right there, but looking at the 1 minute, look at this. You really don't want to be trading this kind of price action. I think I just market enter after I saw this break of structure. Targeting the highs, you can see a market maker buy model right there, yeah. Long story short, it was a amazing trading day on Tuesday, really valid setups, but then at the rest of the week I was just kind of forcing trades. Yes, I was doing my analysis, but it was just too forced. I was looking for opportunities that were not there. And basically the main thing I learned this week is that I shouldn't be glued to the charts the whole day, because I was trading I was trading EU, Euro USD in London session, and then after London session finished, I would just trade NQ in New York session. So I was just basically the whole day on the charts, which is not good, because I also want to run a business on the side to get some money in, and that's not possible when I also trade London session. So what I decided upon is that I'm not going to be trading London session anymore. I'm not going to be trading Euro USD, even though it's an amazing pair I can trade. I'm just going to be focusing on NASDAQ, because I can just trade that on New York session, and then I can work on my business in the morning, do whatever I want there, and then yeah, I think that's the best solution. I traded EU on the futures prop firm, of course, but if you can see, it's just like it's just like a bad chart. Of course, I do my analysis on the FXFM chart, but like you're not supposed to trade EU on futures actually. I mean, you can, but like it's not like recommendable. So I'm gonna be focusing on NQ, New York session, so I have less time on the charts and focus one pair. It's just amazing to trade futures, man. I'm in love with futures, because I can just place a short right there, for example, and I can just right click and create a limit order. Of course, now I'm not connected, but then you just choose your contracts. It's so simple, and you will see your PNL, your ticks, everything on the charts. And yeah, I just don't need to worry about an external platform like MT4, MT5 or another platform. I just trade on TradingView. Very, very easy. I think I'm just gonna focus on trading one pair, master one pair, which is gonna be NQ, and during New York session, one pair, one session. I think that's the best thing for now. I don't know what I will do later on, but I think for now it's just too much noise for me. If I check multiple pairs, I think if I just do one analysis, one really good analysis, I really try to master that pair, then I will build like that foundation of maybe adding more pairs later on, but I gotta stick to one first. So that's what I decided upon. Yeah, and aside from that, We are at all-time highs right now. So if you go on the Nasdaq right now on the 4-hour, you'll see that yeah, this is what happened this week. So if you go on the weekly cycle, let me check on the 1-hour time frame. This is the week of NQ. This was this past week. We started the week on Monday, of course, a bank holiday, so with an accumulation. Then on Tuesday, after the bank holiday, we had our manipulation. On Wednesday, we made the low, which is the distribution, and then on Thursday we had the reversal. So clear weekly cycle also. And yeah, we just broke this high, so we are at all-time highs. My bias is just bullish, because why would you be bearish in these kind of market conditions? If I see some good long opportunities, I will take them next week, but I'm not gonna force any shorts. I'm just gonna be focusing on longs until proven otherwise, until we have like some clear sell model or other confluences saying that we are going down. But like this, it has no point on just shorting this price action right now, even though we are super overextended. So yeah, that was my week. I'm gonna be focusing next week on only taking good trades. I know I say this every week, but this is like the biggest struggle of a trader, of course, just being patient, building good habits, and just only taking trades when you like feel like, damn, that's a good trade, right? So yeah, let's just go to the next week. I appreciate you guys for watching the video. So I hope you have an amazing week next week, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.